Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks so much for joining me. And for you new folks, thanks so much for checking out my channel. I know you've got a lot of watch review channels you could choose from and you chose me today for whatever reason. But anyway, I really appreciate it. Again, thanks for checking me out. Anyway, today I have a watch that I can't believe I've never reviewed. I'm kind of surprised. I've reviewed some Timexes before, some other different models. But I'm really kind of surprised I haven't reviewed an Ironman. Anyway, this is the Timex Ironman Original 30 Shock, and this is model number T5K195. And guys, Timex has been making a lot of moves in the last couple years with some of their different collections. So I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and give it another shot. I reviewed, 2 or 3 Timexes over the course of my, 10 plus years doing watch reviews on YouTube. Honestly, they just don't really do much for me. They just never have. But again, they've been making some moves in the last couple years, so I might have to, check them out again. Anyway, let's check this thing out. Now, as with most reviewed watches on my channel, I do have them on my Amazon channel. If you want to go over there and pick one up, as y'all know, I get a really small commission. It's like 2 or 3%, man. It's nothing. But anyway, if you want to go pick this thing up over on my Amazon channel, I'll make sure to put a link down there in the description field so you can go and do that. So I guess this is typical Timex packaging. Again, I don't review many Timex watches, but I guess this is the packaging that it comes in. It's kind of hard to get out, to tell you the truth. There we go. Put this thing up. Here's your first look at the watch. There we go. Good looking watch. I will say that. I mean, off the top, it is a good looking watch. I mean, this kind of reminds me of a G-Shock in a way. These came out roughly around the same time. G-Shocks came out about 3 years before the Ironman series did, which was back in 1986, and G-Shocks came out around 1983. So good looking watch. Again, reminds me of G-Shock. Let's take a look here. We can get this thing off. There we go. I can tell you the strap is pretty stiff, man. If you notice the shock, that shock font, what does that remind you of? Yep, it reminds me a lot of the G-Shock font. Anyway, there's a little thing right there. It tells you a little bit more about the watch. It's got Indiglo, as you can see right there. The Indiglo technology is really cool. I like that. But man, that's a blatant ripoff of G-Shock's font. Wow. Anyway, all right, so there's that. Here is the watch. Now, as usual, I'll give you all the 7 specs you need to know, and then we'll go more into detail with this Ironman. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. So you're looking at a 42 millimeter resin case. It's 14 millimeters thick. It's 44 millimeters lug to lug. Comes on an 18 millimeter resin strap. It is water resistant to 200 meters, which is 660 feet. It doesn't tell you what type of quartz movement is inside, but I'm guessing the battery life is about 3 years. I'm not quite sure why they don't tell you what the quartz movement is. I'm assuming it's probably some sort of Chinese no-name brand or whatever. And then, of course, you get a mineral crystal. You don't get any sort of sapphire with this type of watch. Again, it's a good-looking watch. It's really legible, which I do like. It is ISO certified, but it's only certified to a drop of 3 feet. So the shock in the name is a little misleading to me. I mean, I wouldn't bang this thing around at all. You probably have to be pretty careful with it. But I do like the fact that it is water resistant to 200 meters, which is really cool. Again, really legible. Buttons are nice and easy to push. You got some buttons up here for the chronograph, which is really cool. You got the Ironman logo. Timex actually bought those rights to the Ironman logo. That's why they're able to name these watches Ironman. I think the Ironman was a triathlon, I believe, started back in the 80s. Anyway, they bought the rights to that. So that's how they're able to label all their watches Ironman. So here we go. You got some fake screws on top here. You got shock again right there. Little mini Ironman logos on either side. Yep, they're over here as well. Again, a pretty stiff strap. I'm not crazy about the strap at all. And I know this watch is probably going to be a little bit small for my 8-inch wrist. But I mean, it's a good looking watch. Let's look at the case back. You've got a screw in case back, not a screw down case back. It tells you a little bit more about the watch, about the Indiglo feature and some other stuff. And again, this isn't a G-Shock. So guys, I wouldn't be super rough with this thing. But I mean, I think it probably can take a little bit of abuse, at least again, that it's waterproof to 200 meters, but I wouldn't, really give this a lot of abuse. And this is really meant for runners. The name 30 in the name comes from the 30 lap times you can do. Again, you got the shock name right there, which again, I'm a little iffy on that, but I mean, it's a pretty simple watch. Let's go ahead and look at the different modes here, right there. So you got your chronograph mode. You got your timer, which I think is a 100-hour timer, I believe. And then you got one alarm. You only get one alarm with this thing. But the cool thing is you can set it to ring once daily. You can set it to ring once every weekday, or you can have it just ring on the weekend days, which of course are Saturday and Sunday. So that's pretty cool. And then you go back to the time and date. Of course, you can see everything right there on the dial. You got Sunday, it's 4:20, no weed jokes. You can see that it's, by the time you see this, I would have recorded this yesterday. Anyway, it's the 3rd, which is Sunday. Of course, you got your date right there, everything. You got your seconds. You can display this in 12 and 24-hour time periods if you want. Let's go ahead and start the chronograph. There you go. And then you reset it. And those are the different lap times. So it's pretty cool, man. Then you hold the reset. There we go. And now you're back. Again, you have 30 different lap times with this thing. Again, not a feature-rich watch. You just got the basics. I would think they would have gotten more alarms in there instead of just the one. So again, a nice looking watch. I mean, honestly, guys, this is just me. I would probably just get a G-Shock, honestly. I don't know, man. It's up to you. But these are really popular with runners. Really, really popular with runners because they are kind of more geared towards running and stuff like that with all the different lap times. But honestly, I would probably just get a G-Shock. Unless you like this a lot, then get it. It only weighs 55 grams, so it is super light on your wrist. I do like the button setup. Those are really easy to press. But anyway, all right, let me go ahead and try it on. Again, I know it's not going to fit on my 8-inch wrist. I mean, it will. I take that back. It will fit, but it's going to be a little tight. I'm going to be at like the last loop or second to the last loop. Again, it weighs nothing, which is cool. And again, super legible. I mean, I can see the appeal for these things. I can definitely see the appeal for sure. And this is only one of, gosh, dozens of different Ironman models. They have bigger ones. They have smaller ones for ladies. They have different layouts. They literally have probably, 24 different Ironman versions. So there you go. All right, let's go ahead and kill the studio lights. Let's kill these monitors. Let's check out this Indiglo. That's one of the coolest features of this thing is the Indiglo light on this thing. And that, again, that's been out for, gosh, over 30 years. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the Indiglo, which is up here in the right-hand corner. There you go. Super legible in the dark. Really, really legible in the dark. I like that. Now, I couldn't change the length of the Indiglo light from like 1 second or to 3 seconds or whatever. I didn't see that anywhere in the menu. I think it just lights up for however long it lights up, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 seconds? That's what it looked like to me. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. Yep, about 4 seconds, which is more than enough. Man, I really do love that Indiglo technology. That electroluminescent background. Pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and turn everything back on. Again, I'm really shocked. I've never reviewed one of these. But then again, I'm kind of not shocked because Timex just doesn't, again, they just don't move me. They don't do anything for me, even though they've had some really cool watches come out, like the re-edition of the Marlin, the Q series, the Expedition series, all of their different collabs. I mean, they're starting to kind of get more in the American zeitgeist. They're kind of getting back into popular culture again, which is cool. I mean, I'm glad. I'm super shocked they have never made a solar version of an Ironman watch. I just don't understand why. These are all just battery driven where you got to pop the case open and switch out the battery whenever it dies. don't know why they've never made a solar powered Ironman. I don't get it. But anyway, I've checked it out. Tell me what y'all think. I'd love to know your thoughts on this thing. I'll make sure to put a link down there in the description field so you can head on over to my Amazon shopping channel and pick one up. They're around $45. And again, I'll make sure to put that link down there in the description. Tell me what y'all think, man. Are you like me? Do you kind of look over Timex in favor of G-Shock? I'd really like to know y'all's thoughts on Timex in general. Tell me what you think, man. All right, guys, until the next video, I will talk to y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.